Listen, following football costs enough money already, so don't let your mobile bill mug you off. Rocket Mobile gives you unlimited everything for £16 a month. No nonsense. Powered by Vodafone and Free, plus exclusive content and prizes when you switch on over. Scan the QR code or click the link and put that cash back into football.
It's happened again! It's happened again! Harry Kane! It's happened again! Harry, what's the score? Harry, what's the score? Harry, what's the score? Harry, what's the score?
You enjoyed that one, didn't you?
Oh, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that more. Well, from a footballing point of view, I enjoyed tonight more than I did Sunday because that was a decent, very, very good time. Dismantled them. Second half, unbelievable, brilliant performance. I don't think I'm going to say it now. I don't think we realise how good Arsenal are at this moment in time. Brilliant.
Yeah, no, it was very impressive by Arsenal. Went 1-0 up from a set piece, but then a brilliant goal by them to make it 1-1. And you're thinking, all right, game on. But then after that, Arsenal showed a lot of maturity, didn't they? Didn't panic. They just said to themselves, all right, let's just settle down. Let's get ourselves back into the groove kind of thing. And in the second half, like you said, that was a dominant performance. Should have been more goals, really.
Yeah, second half, outstanding. You know what I mean? Like, first half, it was like very, very even. Yeah, they got a good goal and everything like that. Right, what can you do second half? Let's see what you can do. Unbelievable performance second half, like, you know. I have to say, that was as good a second half performance I've seen from Arsenal. Because you can go on about the Tottenham game, you can say, oh, well, they're not very good, they've got this and they've got that, and they ain't got this and they ain't got that. That Bayern Munich have got everything. They're second in, it's first versus second in the Champions League tonight, right? And in that second,
and they haven't lost the game this season.
They haven't lost the game all season, and we totally dismantled them second half. And I mean that in a footballing way, it was fantastic. And the biggest plus that, I don't know who your man of the match is today, but the man that won us that game today was the manager, Mikel Arteta, with the substitutions absolutely spot on in a pressure game like that, Rob, when there's question marks about Arteta still, and he just went today and for me delivered.
He's talked about the finishers, and that kind of is what happened today, innit? Every sub that he brought on, done the business, innit? Madueke scored.
I celebrated that Martinelli goal more than anything else because all you three in the Forever Arsenal went 2-1. Right? And when he went through, I just went absolutely mad.
What did you have?
I had 2-0, so I was out of it. So when it went 3-1, I knew that was it. Like, but what a performance! And I will say this, and I don't care what anybody says. You can look at Raya against Tottenham and all that. Like, goalkeepers be goalkeepers. If he stays on his line, that goal don't happen. Like, you know, but because where he is, yeah, that's how they play. And
in particular, that's how he played. He was actually
take risks, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? Martinelli again. I thought Martinelli was brilliant when he come on. Madueke brilliant when he comes on. Calafiori solid when he come on as well. Like,
great
substitutions were brilliant. Listen, the manager done everything right today, and that was as good a performance as I've seen from Arsenal for a very long while. And the reason being, and I don't care what anybody says, they're a top side.
Yep, unbeaten before today, and lost the game.
They ain't no more. That's it.
They ain't unbeaten no more. But you got two teams this week that have had statement wins. Chelsea against Barcelona.
Yeah.
Us tonight against Bayern. Both teams statement wins. Now going head to head on Sunday. Massive game. First versus second as well. I mean, that it couldn't get no bigger than that game right now this weekend. First versus second. I mean, wow. This is big, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what you want to be in it for. I used to get jealous of watching Liverpool, Man City or Man United and whatever. Man City going at it, like, you know. I wanted it to be us, and that I think a lot of fans did as well, and that's the frustration what we had. But now we're at it. We're, you know, first versus second on a Wednesday night in the Champions League. Like, who's top of the tree? Only unbeaten team in the Champions League at this moment in time. Arsenal Football Club, right? Don't mean nothing, but it's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
And then, like, secondly, now who's top of the Premier League? Arsenal. Who are they going up against? Chelsea. Bring it on. bring it on. You know what I mean? I fancy us to be. We just dismantled them today. You know, and fair play to Chelsea. I didn't see the game yesterday. I watched the Newcastle game.
I watched it. Yeah,
but I have to say, you know, you beat Barcelona 3-0. I don't care if they've got this player, that player out. Don't matter. That's a fantastic result. That gives them the confidence going into that game, right? So what I look at that and go, right, you've got the confidence to beat Barcelona 3-0. Right, take us on. Are you going to go toe to toe with us, or are you going to back off? That's my biggest question now. Are you going to defend against us? Well, hopefully they'll go for it. They're at home. Let them go for it, and let's have a proper tear up and see who comes on top. You know what I mean? Like, but I tell you what, you know, I've seen Atletico Madrid want to have a tear up with us. They got pumped 4-1. I've seen Real Madrid last season come here for a tear up, got pumped, and they come up here today and played. They didn't back down by Munich, and they got pumped. Up to you to what you want to do, Chelsea.
So you're confident?
Well, listen, how can you not be confident with this team at this moment in time when they're doing that? You know, the question marks have to be said. After what happened at the weekend, I guarantee you, 2-3 seasons ago, Arsenal would have drawn that game against Spurs on Sunday. They didn't. They dismantled them and absolutely tore them a new one, right? Tottenham, by the way, today, who never laid a glove on us, got 3 goals out in Paris, the European champions. And at one stage were 1-0 up, 2-1 up, right? Didn't lay a glove on us. Didn't want to lay a glove on us. So what does that tell you? You know what I mean? What does that tell you, that they fancied it more against Paris than us? I don't know. You'd have to ask Tottenham fans and Thomas Frank that. But they've scored 3 goals in Paris. They haven't scored 3 goals here in 4 years. So there you go.
Yep. So listen, a lot to be confident about. Would you make any changes, or would you know? I mean, a lot of guys tonight, like Mascara, makes a case to stay in, or do you switch it back to what we had on Sunday?
I go back to where we're. Listen, Mascara today. Mascara was absolutely outstanding today. Absolutely brilliant today. And I big up to William Saliba, because the people have always said, oh, he's not the same when Gabriel. The last 2 games, he stepped up, right? And people turn around and go, well, it was, again, I say, like, he didn't have a lot against Tottenham today. He had Harry Kane up there today. He had some quality players up there today. I didn't even know Harry Kane was playing, to be fair. Like, you know, I mean, never went near him. Never went near Saliba. He went on the Mascara. Mascara handled him very, very well. I thought Nketiah was outstanding on Sunday. But you'd have to say that the bigger test was tonight. So did Mikel look at that and go, do you know what? I fancy Christian in this game because it was a bigger test. I don't know. It'd be very interesting, like, you know, what he does there. I ain't got a problem who he puts in there. I'll tell you what, though, Calafiori comes back in at left back. You know, I mean, like, I've heard people saying about Miles Lewis-Skelly today, like, you know. Listen, his last start was Port Vale, or was it, or Atletico Madrid, 3 or 4. How long ago it is? Yeah. You can't come in and play.
You're up against Michael Elise.
You're up against Elise. You're up against Gnabry. You're up against top class players. You can't expect him to come in and be right on it when you ain't played for 3 or 4 weeks. You know what I mean? He needed that game. That's why I'm saying Ben White needs games, because you're going to need these players and you're going to need to be up and running and all that. Like, listen, I thought again he was managed fantastically well today, because I thought he was having a tough time. But he could have said to him, you know what, I'm going to bring Calafiori in at half time. No, he didn't. He waited till about 70 minutes and said, look, you've done your bit. And yeah, and then he took him off, like, you know. If I've got a criticism of Miles Lewis-Skelly today, I think today there was signs that you can see that he's not a left back, or he hasn't played left back, like, you know what I mean? He's played left back only when he's been in the first team in the club. When he was playing youth team football, he was playing as a ball carrying midfield player. So it's a different role. So you give him a bit of space, give him a little bit of time. But he's been fantastic for us. Today he got found out a little bit because they're playing up against top class players, Rob, and that's as simple as that, like, you know. That will happen. I'll tell you what he'll learn from that. He'll learn a lot from tonight. How to defend, you know what I mean? Like, get down a little bit closer to your man, lock him off a little bit, get your positioning right a little bit more. They're all things that he'll learn. So I ain't got a problem with it, to be honest.